Hey guys, just before we get you to this live, Confessions is out on Amazon. To order your copy, head to shaw.b/confessions book, and let's get you to this live. Shall we just...
Oh crap! Should I have held mine up too?
No, everyone. Welcome everyone to PPJ episode, I don't even know, I think it's 52. Yeah, 52. Special guest, and it's been a while since we had the whole crew on. So hello to Danielle and Chloe. Nice to see you both at the same time. For a while, I thought you were actually the same person, which is why I couldn't see you both at the same time. But you were evidently not. And our special guest for today is Eden McAllister, who is Miss Pageant Girl. It's UK, isn't it? I don't
UK, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Eden, welcome to the show. How are things going for you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Eden was one of our guests on our games night, which we did not broadcast because it was not fit for broadcast for many reasons. But she stabbed many people. Eden, how much did you practice Among Us before you played? Chloe was bad when she first started. She was always the imposter, and she always stabbed me like 6 or 7 times. You were worse than she was. Why were you so good?
I didn't think I was good. I literally had no idea what I was doing, and then I was just running around killing everyone. It just worked in my favor, I guess.
On the one game where you weren't the killer, you just happened to walk into the room when the killing took place.
Yeah, I know. That was just sheer luck. And then I think there was one other time when I wasn't the killer, and I think I was the first one dead. So, I mean, it's just beginner's luck, I guess.
Yeah, it really sucks for me because I actually have gamed a fair bit in the past. So to be the first person dying basically every time was not very good for my ego. As Danielle pointed out, it's like, are you the first person to die every time? I'm like, thanks, Danielle. Time to look for a new podcast co-host.
Hey!
Eden, apart from having magnificent stabby skills, is obviously Miss Pageant Girl UK. Eden, what's the news with the next this year's Pageant Girl UK? I know Imogen was saying Galaxy is in November. When is the next Pageant Girl pageant happening?
I think it's been postponed until July, I believe. So fingers crossed it goes ahead, and things are a bit back to normality that by then, hopefully.
I
know it is. It's hard to judge.
The news here in Australia is 50% about you guys at the moment. When I say you guys, I mean the UK. And apparently today it was the worst number of cases or deaths on record today so far.
Yeah.
And after 2020, to be hitting records is really bad. So everyone, stay home, wear your damn masks, don't go out unless you have to, and don't be stupid. There's a phrase I want to use that Chloe will be familiar from The Boys, but I won't say that.
Our favorite boy.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to say that in polite company. For Danielle and Eden, it's
Unless
the same word
Meg
that Meg announced that she was going to use and not to be insulted by. Okay, Imogen is here. Imogen has said, hell yeah, games night. Imogen enjoyed herself as well.
She did.
Eden was so good, I am concerned. Eden, yes. Would you like to respond to this comment? Why are you so good at stabbing people in the back?
I mean, do you know what? Because I'm studying criminology and forensic science, I feel like I might have a little level of knowing how to kill people. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
police, if anyone disappears near Eden, you know, here's your suspect.
Yeah,
Eden's like the female Ted Bundy. He's so pretty you'd never suspect.
I think Eden's a lot better looking than Ted Bundy. Is Ted Bundy? I don't know what Ted Bundy looks like.
He was quite handsome.
He was handsome.
That was the thing about him.
He was charming.
Yeah.
Okay, so Eden. So what you're saying, Eden is one of those criminologists who studied the murderers so much that they've fallen in love with him and become a murderer herself.
Yeah, kind of like Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Oh, I
Eden,
love
welcome
Harley
to the show. Nadia said, hey everyone, just have to say, Danielle, your hair and makeup looks amazing. Danielle, would you like to bask in the glow of affection?
Well, what I was going for, because I knew we know we was going to get onto it at some point, I was trying to recreate this little look. Do you know,
I love it.
I'm not quite a Patrick and Duncan, but, you know, try to recreate it.
And how quickly
Danielle,
you
how does
recreated that as well. I could never.
I know.
It took
How does
me
it feel to be on the cover? Now that you have the physical copy in your hands.
Cover girl, put the face in your what? Head toe.
Yeah. It still hasn't quite set in the fact that my face is on Amazon. That's pretty crazy, and globally, it's pretty bonkers actually. And it's not just
12 countries. 12 countries.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, you know, the 12 important ones.
Well, no, I mean it's amazing, right? 12 countries.
But like, it's not just like a little book. This is like a hefty. This is like a weapon, Eden.
Yep.
I'm watching you with this book. If it's in the dining room,
I've got mine right here.
Go around it. I mean, I gotta say, like, if you did get hit by it, it really would hurt. I mean, guys, if you haven't got your copy,
it's so heavy.
measure it next to your face. Here are the two
Right,
volumes.
guys, this is weird.
There you
I've
go.
now got a flashback of being on holiday with Eden and us being at the airport and her saying, "Oh, I'll take out my laptop. Let's watch this movie about a murder on a yacht." Is that true? And did you get me to watch a movie about a murder on a yacht?
Yes,
Is
it's
that
the best
true,
movie ever.
never get on a yacht with Eden. Ever.
So let's just say Eden is sus for
She was
tonight.
like-
That'll be our
Sus.
caption.
She was like,
Eden
"Watch
is
this
sus.
movie."
Poor Eden, we drag her onto the podcast, and all she's being accused of being a murderer the
Yeah,
entire
I'm being
time.
accused of being a murderer. Oh.
Feel free to refute it. You haven't actually said you're not.
I'm not.
That took a while.
I was gonna say, it took a while. Prompted.
Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, but Danielle, your face on the cover. You're on Amazon. One of the people, I mentioned this to Nadia King because I was on a live with her, South African girl. She ordered 8 copies.
Oh wow.
And 5 of them were your face, 3 of them were Lindsay's face. But you're really
Wow.
everywhere now. You're all
That's
around.
crazy.
Your face,
It's
all
nuts.
over the world.
And I think what it is like, this is about the community. This is about us as a whole. And, you know, this is female empowerment. Oh, I know the guys in there as well. Big up the guys. But essentially, there's a lot of
guys.
women in here. A lot of
Oh, is there
strong
two
women
guys?
in here.
I didn't
And-
see the guys.
Yeah, I was flicking through and I was just like, oh, we've got some boys in here. Ooh.
Yeah, so
Um,
the two guys are actually both, as I remember, in that volume. One is Hung Pham, who is a pageant competitor over here and a director, and I know him as a friend. I wouldn't say I know him very well. I've met him in person. But what happened was on a live, he said, you know, are you letting guys in? I assume that you're letting guys in as well. And I was like, well, I know Hung, so okay, I'll let one in. But to be clear, I'm not going down the male pageant route. I'm not saying anything against it. It's that my background is in women's empowerment. So it doesn't make sense for me to suddenly be getting guys involved. And then another guy basically sent a submission in, and I wasn't going to include it. And then he sent it again, and then I read it.
Oh,
And he seemed like a really nice guy, and he had a couple of kids. And I was like, you know what? His name is Dondre.
Aw.
And I said, you know, I wasn't going to include this, but you seem like a really nice guy, so I'll do it. Just please don't publicize it, because otherwise all the guys would send it in, and I'd have to be turning everyone away. So there are 2 guys in there, and that's the story of why. One is a friend / director over here, and one just seems like a genuinely nice guy. So.
oh.
Ah. But yeah, it's just
Oh.
an honour to be on a book that celebrates incredible women all around the world. So yeah, it's a massive honour.
Incredible women such as Chloe and Eden, who are both in that volume
And
as
that
well.
copy.
Oh.
Yep.
I just
Okay,
love
so let's
that
go through the
photo as
comments
well.
here.
It just really fits in with the title of the book too. Like it almost looks like you have a little secret there on the front.
I know,
Yeah.
right? I look like
Well-
I've like committed a crime, and like
Well, you have.
I look like something.
You
from,
always
know,
look guilty, Danielle.
It's gorgeous. It is so
You know
gorgeous.
Chicago?
I know it is stunning.
I'm like, he had it coming. He
Oh,
had it
he had
coming.
it coming.
I
He
love
only
that
had
movie.
himself. That's
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
I love how you're holding up the cover to do the photo. You can just see your face. I mean, it is your face. You're going like this. I mean, I have to do this. You don't have to. All right. So, guys, just for balance sake, the second volume has Lindsay on the cover.
Beautiful Lindsay.
Wow, she is a queen.
He's about to hand over.
She's gorgeous.
So, because Miss
she
Earth
hand it
USA is happening in a few days, so
USA.
we'll have a new Miss Earth USA, not a new Miss Earth USA, and couple of favourites in there. I've interviewed Marissa, obviously, so hope Marissa does very well, and a couple of the teens as well I've interviewed. Now, just to bring you up, so Laurie here said, please tell me you're talking about a game Murder in the Dark. No, we were doing this for real, and Eden was actually stabbing people physically in the back. No, we're playing Among Us,
We're ghosts.
Laurie.
We're ghosts.
There's a game called Among Us, and it sort of went viral, apparently on TikTok. I mean,
Yeah.
Chloe sent us a few TikTok. I've not seen it on TikTok.
Sean.
But it blew up, and
Sean.
you can play it on your mobile phone. So, yeah,
Can the
what was
lads
that
don't
Sean
know?
thing? I don't understand it at all. Was it just a guy saying, Sean?
You see my name again.
Sean.
Or is Sheriff
Was it
now?
because of the way he said Sean? He liked it.
It's like,
Is it an ASMR thing? Is it like, Sean? Is it that?
Yeah, he was like, Sean.
Sean.
I'm
Chloe.
crying.
Chloe, are you okay? Chloe. Okay, now that we've lost half our audience.
Maybe lock them
let's
doors
move
and
on.
turn them.
He was like, somebody turn the lights off on us.
I think Eden came on this thinking we were going to be semi-serious, and she said she was nervous. We're lucky we talk 10% about pageantry in here, Eden. Now, Imogen has said, don't remind me, Adrian, about what? I forgot what Sorry, Imogen. This was a while ago, so I can't remember what I reminded you of, but I apologise. Laurie has said, oh, Tom is by. Thank you, Laurie.
Oh, you're right there. Yes,
Imogen,
big
I
up,
nearly
Tom.
knocked myself out with it when I opened the package.
Oh,
Yeah, for you, Imogen, I can imagine it was fairly hefty to like... Because Imogen also remember got the proof copy, which I sent to her to make sure that the cover printed out right, and that was 80 pages. This is 800 pages. So she was probably expecting something similar in size, and then she pulled out something that was 10 times the size and almost knocked herself out. Oh, Danielle, do you want to respond to this?
He wants to get something. Yeah, absolutely. You guys are coming to Galaxy, so you can sign it then and there.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for autographs, just saying.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is watching as always. Hello, Elizabeth. The irony there is actually an ASMR artist called Sean. It wasn't a reference to that, though, was it, Elizabeth? I've only just seen the clip,
Might have
and I
been.
don't know
No,
any
I
idea
think
who
the guy
Sean
was
was.
called Sean.
Chloe, are you okay? You're not
No,
going
I
to
don't know
die
why.
with your
I
pain.
just find that TikTok hilarious. Yeah, I just have this random pain in my right side, but I'm fine. It's okay.
Okay,
got a
don't
little
make
blood
Chloe
test
laugh too
today.
much, otherwise she might actually die. Oh, dear me. Imogen, about Rona. That's very interesting spelling there, Imogen.
Rona.
Very artistic.
Someone's typing fast.
Ha ha ha, yeah, I was so shocked at the difference. Before Imogen came on her interview with me the other day, it was lucky I remembered to change her name. Because if you guys, you were on the gaming night, if you remember what I changed her name to.
Oh, yeah.
When it had that. So it's like, oh, better change that. We're being authentic, but that might have been a bit too authentic. All right, so let's get on with it. Otherwise, this will be a complete mess. Eden, why don't you catch us up with... Why don't you summarize your 2020 for us? 2021 has just begun. Why don't you summarize your 2020? Was it as horrible as everyone else's, or was it okay? Or go for it.
To be honest, it wasn't that bad. Like I was very grateful at the start of 2020 to get away. I actually went to Switzerland to see my little brother. He went and played in the Winter Youth Olympics. So I was very lucky to get away there. plugging my little brother in there. But yeah, I was pretty busy throughout 2020. It was non-stop really between uni work, like actually working and stuff. I didn't really have like the chance to not be busy. So I think that's why it wasn't as bad for me as some people who were just obviously cooped up, like stuck in the house and everything, doing nothing. But yeah, I'm still there doing the uni work, so we'll get there eventually.
And he actually won a medal, didn't he, your little brother?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
he got a silver medal.
Yay!
Imagine
What's
that.
his name? So we can all follow him.
It's Max Stewart.
Max Stewart.
Yeah.
I have to find that on Instagram.
What's his discipline?
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. I know.
That's not a sport that we have a lot of in Australia, probably for obvious reasons, because we don't really have.
Yeah.
We don't have really ice at all. But that's amazing.
Yeah, her
And,
dad's from Canada as well, so he learned a lot from him
Oh,
too.
Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Canada, it's basically the national sport, isn't it? Ice hockey.
Yeah, it's really big out there. My little brother actually went over, because he's a Canadian citizen, so he was able to go over there, and he actually played, with a team out there during the summer, and then he's just came back and he moved to Denmark just before Christmas to play for a team out there. So he's just all over the place. So he's doing really well, which is amazing for him. But yeah.
And he's
I'm going to lose him one of these days.
So he's in Denmark now?
No, he came home for Christmas. I think Denmark went into like a lockdown or something after Christmas.
Right.
So he hasn't went back yet, but I think their restrictions are lifting soon, so he might be going back. But I don't actually know. I just like go along with it. I just get told,
everything.
Here.
Yeah, everything's so
that's
unpredictable, isn't it? With the
Yeah, especially if you're traveling overseas. Do you have Canadian citizenship as well yourself, Eden?
No, I personally don't, but I'm hoping one day to actually move to Canada and live there. So, because obviously my dad's from there, so all his family is there, and then my auntie on my mum's side actually lives there now as well, with like all my cousins and a few of my other uncles and stuff. So I just have family scattered all over Canada. So I know if I move there, I'll be looked after well enough.
I've been to Canada once. It's the people there are really, really nice.
Yeah.
A comedian described them as the nice Americans. I will say though, I don't know how cold it gets where you are, but Canada gets to that level of cold where if you go outside, you'll die.
Yeah, it's
really
freezing.
in the middle of their winter. Yeah, you can throw the boiling water up in the air. I had a video of that, and it literally just comes down as ice and snow. It's really, really cold. So just be ready for that.
Yeah.
In terms of pageantry, I mean, you've got your sash behind you. 2021. Any pageant plans once you hand over?
Yeah, I do have.
You don't have to disclose them, Eden. You can just. I'm not putting you on the spot that way. I'm just giving you an opportunity to say I'm not done yet.
Yeah, no, I do have a few plans in mind. I am wanting to compete in Miss Great Britain. I just don't know when I'm going to obviously do it, just depending on obviously restrictions get lifted and we do like handover for pageant girl and stuff. Obviously I want to make the most of it, and then just see what like uni and work takes me, but I definitely want to, my goal is one day to compete in Miss Great Britain.
Yeah. Oh my god, you can make an amazing Miss Great Britain.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. You've got the pageant stylist backing herself. Speaking of the pageant stylist, Danielle, why don't you catch us up with what's been happening? Why weren't you on last week? Were you sick? Or
I wasn't
dead,
well.
Or...
I wasn't dead, but I was not in the best way. There's been a.
Okay, I'm completely. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, now I'm remembering.
Yeah,
Sorry,
there was
my
a few
memory is gone.
cases around me of COVID. And so I had to self-isolate. And then at this point, you know, when you get told you've been in contact with someone, 2 people I was in contact with that had, which was family members from obviously Christmas time. And so I was just like, oh no, and then I had like backache because I'd volunteering the day before and I was raking for like 5 hours. That was the reason why I had backache.
So
and
you freaked yourself out.
I freaked myself out, and I had headache. But I'm guessing that's because my sleep pattern's off and I spend too much time looking at a screen. So I'm guessing that's why I had a headache. So I was just panicking, and I think I just made myself ill that day. So I was just like, it's probably best that I don't come on camera. I'm in a bit of a, when you just psych yourself out. But I did a test and I was negative, thank goodness.
That's good news. I know exactly what you mean. One of the good things about the internet is if you are sick, you can look it up to see what you might have, and sometimes that can be helpful. The problem is if you look it up and you look at the symptoms, you start thinking that basically you've got the plague, you've got corona, you've got every disease under the sun. Because, I've got this, I've got that, I've got that. So you just have to be careful and not freak yourself out, which is what I was telling Chloe before. I want to ask you about all the stuff that's happening with the pageant stylist, because you've done amazing things with that.
Loads of stuff.
Imogen said, I was so shocked at the difference. It's a tenfold difference. It was rather large. No, don't think so. I can't for the life of me what his channel name is either. Well, if you find out, let Chloe know, because apparently she finds it really, really funny. Canada is stunning. I really loved it. I had some tours of maple syrup farms over there. That was really interesting. And poutine, that fries with gravy, which I poutine. Yeah, I don't really like it. I don't like it, Eden. It's like heart attack. It's too much. I mean, I love fries. Please don't ruin them by pouring gravy and cheese on it.
I love gravy.
Yeah, it's my mum and I's like favorite thing ever.
Do you make it?
No. It's like one of those things that you look forward to getting because you don't get it that often, I guess. So I wouldn't like make it at home. I don't think it would be as good if you made it at home. It's like it's nice when you go, and you get it.
I've interviewed a few Canadian queens, and I've told them I don't really like poutine, and they said it's because I haven't had it done right. So apparently it's all the gravy and the cheese. So I'll try it again, but it's not my normal kind of food. Imogen has said, "Yay, that's such amazing news." Oh, about Miss GB, I'm assuming. And the headache was because you're too busy sending me TikToks at 2 a.m.
Oh, girl, why you got to do me dirty like that?
I like the new Imogen. The Imogen in 2021 is
she's so sassy.
Yeah, I like this. Look at that profile photo as well. Look, she's giving you the devil eyes right there. And
outfit ideas,
Imogen, maybe cover girl for volume 3. Imogen.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
that photo.
Anyway, yeah. I need to have a Charlotte Clemmy photo so I can have a decent photo. But Danielle, pageant stylist, tell us everything that's been going on since we last had you on.
So, it's been so long since I've been on. Obviously before Christmas. So I was fortunate enough to be one of the people helping Paula Abandonnato on Miss Universe Great Britain for the casting day. And whilst I was there, my job was to make sure we were following all the guidelines, making sure everyone was wearing masks, sanitized, and keeping 2 meters apart. But then, I pulled her out of the blue, said, "Oh, Dan, you're doing really well with the pageant stylist. Would you be interested in working with Miss Universe Great Britain?" And I was like, my jaw, I had to pick it up off the floor because I was like, oh my goodness, this is a dream come true. Like, I wanted to build up
for once in your life.
I wanted to build up the courage to actually ask her if I could be involved, and then she put it on forward to me, and I was just like, absolutely. But then it was funny because Emma was doing the social media, and Emma was like, right, interview. Dan, how does it feel to be the newest member of the Miss Universe Great Britain team? I was just like,
Danielle, stop. Danielle, stop. Since you're talking about Emma, you have to say that again in Emma's accent, please.
Oh, I can't. Emma.
No,
would be
you've got
so
to.
insulting.
It's so good.
You have to.
I can't. You put me on the spot now. It's live. I can do it after
under
a
pressure.
glass of wine when we're, not live.
Come on, Danielle. No time to be bashful.
What should I say? I'm so sorry, Emma. Please don't take this as an insult because I love you. So, Danielle, how does it feel to be the newest member of the Miss Universe Great Britain team?
I love
Any
the
good?
Welsh
No?
accent. It is so cute.
It's so good.
Please, Emma, I'm so sorry. Please don't be offended, but I love her accent, and
Why would
I
she
was,
be offended? It's such flattery. Like to imitate someone's
She's-
voice, you need to hear their voice again and again and again and again.
Yeah, I just love her accent. I literally, I hang on every word she says because I just love her accent so much. I've got a thing for the Welsh accent. My other half is Welsh. You know, I live down there half of the time, and I absolutely love it. So, yeah, I've been perfecting my Welsh accent, particularly my Emma Jenkins.
That is
So-
a very scary impression. Literally,
So,
Emma,
yeah,
if you're
that
watching this, we have to have you
And
on
went out.
so that
Oh, am I breaking up?
Danielle
Are you
can
breaking
do
up?
the
I feel like it's
impression.
breaking up.
you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh no.
Well, at least this week it's not Chloe that's dropping off. It's Danielle. Danielle, you
I'm
there?
surprised.
So, yeah, I'm here. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
fortunately. Unfortunately, not sure
Maybe.
which. Continue.
Hey, maybe if I come back. I think my Wi-Fi is playing up, guys.
I know
It's
the
okay at the
feeling.
moment. It's stabilized. So, did you want to go back into it? So, Miss Universe GB, and then you've had a few other announcements as well, right?
Am I back? Hello?
Oh, can you not hear us?
No, I couldn't hear you. Sorry,
Danielle,
I
can you-
dropped out. I can hear you now.
But you can hear me now. Okay.
Yes.
So you were talking about Miss Universe GB before I made you do Emma Jenkins'
Yeah.
impression. So continue.
So yeah, completely honoured. I can't wait to work with the winner when she's selected. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of a hiccup in the day, and we couldn't crown someone. So, but I do want to reiterate that every single guideline was followed to a T. It was so well organised. It was just unfortunate, really.
Yeah.
So once the girl is crowned and we have a new Miss Universe Great Britain, I can't wait to work with her. I really want to get a feel for who she is, what her style is, because obviously this is her dream, this is her big moment, and I just want to be able to facilitate that for her.
Of course.
Talking all things national dress, although I think Paula's got some ideas around that because it is quite last minute. I think we've got a designer on board. But yeah, I just can't wait. And then the next big announcement was I am a sponsor of Miss Voluptuous. That's Miss Voluptuous International, and the
Natalie
prize
Carley's
package.
system.
Yes, Natalie Carley's system. So I'm going to be providing a Queen's shoot for the UK Queens, and I'm going to be out there in Tennessee for the international, shooting all of the Queens out there.
Wow.
And then the international Queen, whoever wins Miss Voluptuous International, I will be styling her for a whole year of her reign. So she looks fabulous at every single event she attends and every media appearance she has.
There you go. And then this one as well.
And then
Edison?
this cheeky little one. So Edison's been a good friend
She's
of
not
mine.
little.
No, she's definitely not little. She's very
She's
tall.
not little. Yeah.
She's a firecracker at that one. She's absolutely hilarious. She's wickedly smart. And as you can see, stunningly beautiful. She is the current International Junior Miss Teen UK. Or yeah, have I got that right? International Junior Miss United Kingdom Teen. I always get it the wrong way round. But
We get what you mean.
I was speaking with her, and I bounce backwards and forwards in messages with her styling anyway. She always runs things past me, and then it just seemed like a natural thing to sponsor her for when she goes to her international. So
Amazing.
yeah, we're working on her wardrobe currently, and yeah, I'm really excited for her. I think she's got a really, really strong chance of winning IJM. So yeah, really, really exciting.
I'll just do the plug for Danielle so she doesn't have to plug herself. So you can see on the left, if I am saying this correctly, Danielle, those are the 2020 prizes.
Yeah,
and
in
then
red.
the 2021 prizes are on the right. So if you want to book Danielle, head to, it's the Pageant Stylist up at the top. I don't know if you can see it, but at the Pageant Stylist. Message Danielle to get involved. I'm sorry to Chloe, I just realized that in this view, whenever I bring up a comment, it completely covers Chloe's face. So sorry about that. I have to do something about that. It's like, oh, we don't want to see Chloe. Let's just do it. Sorry, Chloe. Chloe, do you want to catch us up with, you were on last week with Galway Girl, with our Galway Girl.
Yeah.
How's your week been, apart from getting this weird pain? Anything else
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah. Well, today it started 2 days ago. I just started getting this strange pain in my side. And then I woke up today. I was like, oh, I need to go to the doctors. And the doctors were busy. So they just kind of booked me in to see a nurse and get blood tests. So I just kind of have to wait to see what it is now. But apart from that, my week was pretty much a blur. You know, just one of those weeks where you're working from home and you're just pretty much working and there isn't much going on and you haven't left the house because it's lockdown. Um, so yeah, it was just kind of one of those weeks in general where there wasn't a lot going on. Um, Damn, I need to do more this week so I have more to talk about next week. I'm going to make it my mission to do that. Um, I have downloaded a journaling app to try and journal a bit more and get myself more productive in the new year. But yeah, just pretty much one of those weeks where you blink and it's gone. It actually doesn't even feel like a week ago we were on with Evelyn. It feels like a few days ago. And I think that's one of the side effects of lockdown is every day kind of mushes
The
into
time warping.
yeah.
For you guys, because it's almost a year ago now that we went into the first lockdown. Is this lockdown feeling the same for you guys in terms of like you're spending every day indoor and it just every day blurs into one and you kind of lose track of what day it is? Is that happening again?
100%, yeah.
To an extent, yes. My isolation period is up, and I can finally get out the door and actually go for a run or go to get groceries. I think that's really going to help my mental health. My first time around, the mental health wasn't great, and then this isolation period hasn't been great. But today, I was able to leave the house for the first time. I went to the bank, even though it was closed, but I instantly felt better. I felt more productive today. Hopefully, I'll just stay riding on that. And now I've got things to do this time round. Like the first time round, I didn't have anything
Which
to
really
do.
helps.
Which
really
massively
helps.
helps. Like Eden was saying, when you've got work to do, your days, you get a little bit more structure and it's easier to deal with. So yeah, advocate for a bit more structure.
Eden, as the only one of us who's currently studying, although Chloe's finishing hers off, is finishing her dissertation off. Danny is not studying, and I refuse to study again. Electrocuted on a barbed wire fence. But Eden, studying during lockdown, because I was speaking to Emma Collingridge, and she's also she's in her final year, and she's trying to finish it off, but she's struggling with deadlines big time because she's in lockdown, and it's so hard to sit down and be productive. Have you struggled with studying during lockdown?
Well, I've actually got an exam tomorrow morning. And I know.
Sorry.
But I've actually been really good at revising for it. I don't know if it's because I enjoy it and it's giving me something to do. But I had 2 other deadlines. I've got my assignment and I'm in my final year as well. So I've got my dissertation due. And the first half is, well, it was actually meant to be due yesterday and my assignment was meant to be due today. But I had to get extensions on them because I just couldn't juggle all 3 things at once, especially not being in uni and I'm having to try and teach myself the lectures and it's been really hard. I don't know, it's so different, it's hard to explain. But even with our dissertation and stuff, you normally get an assigned tutor to help you and you can go into the uni and visit them. But we haven't been able to do any of that. And our online services are actually, well, they've been up and down, on and off since we started back. So there was I think it was a period last week where I couldn't actually get on to see any of my lectures for at least 4 days, and I was freaking out because I was I have an exam in less than a week and I can't even access anything, but it's mad.
I don't know how you get the motivation. I mean, the best part of uni for me was the socializing. I mean, to be honest, I went kind of off the rails and discovered a world outside of private school, only bought, stuff. So if you take that out and you have to study from home and you're in the middle of a UK or Irish winter, I don't know how you find the motivation for it. So if you're doing
Yeah.
well, that's pretty amazing. So final year for yourself, huh?
Yeah, final year. So I've been in Newcastle. This would be my fourth year. And yeah, I enjoyed like the first few years, obviously, as you said, like socializing and meeting new friends.
Yeah.
I was part of the cheerleading team for the university as well. And I absolutely loved that. Like we got to travel all over the UK and competing and stuff. I think this year is just, I've just came to, I want to finish uni. I want to get out of the
Yep.
way and just move on and become an adult almost. Get like a proper job
Don't
and stuff. I'm just
don't
done.
be in too much of a rush,
Don't
Eden,
rush
because
that, hun.
Yeah,
there are some parts of adulthood that are very overrated. I can tell you
yeah,
that much. But I do understand when you get to the final year at some point you're just like, oh, can I please get it over and done with and never
yeah,
have to do an
definitely.
exam again in my life. The feeling you have when you do your final
Yeah.
exam or you hand your final assignment in is the best feeling
Is that
in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Freedom.
I actually really enjoy like studying and exams and stuff. It's so weird, but I've always enjoyed like doing exams. So
That is very
Yeah.
weird.
it is, isn't it? I always
No.
loved going to school and stuff. So but I don't know. I might do another
Well,
degree, who
no,
knows?
that's great. I love the fact that I've met someone who actually enjoyed their education. For me, I did very well at education, but I didn't enjoy it. And I don't get me wrong, I love learning, but I hate studying, if that makes sense. So when I'm forced to learn, put it this way, when I'm forced to learn something that I really don't care about, I hate it. But when there's something I want to learn about, I'll learn it faster than anyone else, sort of teaching myself.
Yeah.
Danielle, how did you find school?
I loved
You were
secondary
sporting all the
school.
time.
I
You were
I was
basketball
a
and
jock. I was one of the
yeah.
lads. I used to get I used to get a lot of detention. You've got like a load of dinosaurs back there because
It's a cockatoo, Danielle. It's not a
a cockatoo
pterodactyl.
sounds like a
Okay.
pterodactyl.
Yeah, we haven't had that joke since 2019. Let's put it back in 2019 where it belongs. But
Yeah,
you enjoyed school.
I used to get detention a lot because I didn't do my homework. But to be fair, I had a lot going on at home,
Yeah.
and I did a lot of sport after school, and I competed for the school in literally everything. Any kind of competition that was coming up, I got thrown into it, whether I'd ever played that sport before or not. So I tend to wiggle out of detention quite a bit because my PE teachers would go and sweet talk, like my English teacher, for example. So they'd be like, "Oh, but Danielle's got a competition tomorrow. She can't be in detention. She's got one last day to practice." And I was like, so I never really
Danielle,
went to.
why did you get into detention? Because you didn't do your homework.
Never used to do homework. No,
Okay. Well,
I
Panda's
don't
of that
think
surprise.
I probably
as
did
you.
like 3 pieces of homework the entire time I was in secondary school. But to be fair, during my lunch times, I used to sit and do my homework at my lunch period while I ate. So I didn't ever do my homework at home.
Okay.
So
Well, that doesn't
another
surprise me
topic
about you at all. Chloe?
is that during COVID, a lot of these students are renting out houses and paying a fortune, and then they're coming home to study anyway. Eden, are you
That's
still
Emma.
renting out your place in Newcastle?
Yeah, I've been paying my rent for like this semester, well, this year's
That's not fair. I feel like
July.
the government should be paying
Yeah.
the uni
Yeah,
landlords for sure.
Yeah, it was because I remember it was just before like the first lockdown hit, and like I hadn't signed any like deals for like a house for this year, and me and my friends were sort of like freaking out, being like, oh, we're not going to get a flat or anything, like blah blah blah. So we sort of like rushed into signing a contract, into this flat just so we knew we had something secured, and I sort of wish I didn't because I've literally been
Yeah.
paying it since July, and I think I've been in it probably for a month, maybe a month and a half maximum. I have to pay that till like next July, and it's such a waste of money, and I'm just living at home. So
It is.
That's
I
bad.
know.
yeah,
I don't know who could make a change to that, but I mean, students have it tough as it is. I mean, that's what we call you broke students, and to be paying
Yeah.
rent and not to be able to use it, that's no fault of your own. that's bad. Emma had exactly the same issue because she was over here about 12 months ago and had to get a place because otherwise she felt like her and her friends were not going to get a place, and then they got a place and now they can't really use it. Also, the place wasn't the greatest. I think she said her bedroom was basically right near the front door, so that if anyone walked in the front door, they'd walk straight into her bedroom. So it didn't sound very spacious. Let's just put it that way. Chloe, how did you
know
find school?
uni houses. I was in one myself. Yeah, I mean, I love school. I love making friends in general, and like I've been through a few different experiences in school. Like one of my classes when I was doing my foundation degree, it was just boys. There was no girls in my class because I did civil engineering. It was like construction-based engineering. And they were all really, really friendly and nice. And I was able to make friends in the class with boys. I was able to make friends in the class with girls. I find uni was quite different though, because I traveled up and down for my first semester of uni in Belfast. And then my second semester of uni in Belfast, I had a place. And like I was saying to Adrian, the living conditions in uni houses, they're just not the best. So even when I actually did have a house in Belfast, I never actually used it because I love the comforts of my own home. So I would rather go home and then get the 6 a.m. train to Belfast, because the student houses, they're not the comforts that I'm used to, I'll put it that way. But yeah,
I was really
it was strange
lucky.
being in uni.
I was really lucky when it came to my student housing. My first year, it was the second year this building had ever been, the second year it had been going. So everything was still fresh. Everything still smelt like a new place. So that was lovely. And then with my cheerleading squad, I was cheerleader too. We found a house in the posh part of Bedford, and it was an 8-bedroom house, Victorian. Absolutely stunning. I tried to beg my dad to buy it afterwards. It had a shared paddock with the neighbours, very posh. My room, I could do 3 cartwheels in my room. It was that big. It was massive. Absolutely
I love
massive.
how you measured your room by how many cartwheels you could do. I can't measure my room in cartwheels.
Yeah, neither.
But I'd go through the room.
So
Can you still cartwheel now?
Routines. Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, I can still just about do the splits.
I'm so unflexible.
Eden, you were a cheerleader. Were you also a gymnast as well?
Yes,
Rhythmic or artistic?
Rhythmic,
get your ribbons out. Get them.
Get your ribbons out.
Get them.
I don't even know.
So good at it.
I don't even know where they would be to go and get them. But I was a rhythmic gymnast. And I was on the Irish national squad, and then I moved over to GB, and then I went to university, and then there's no rhythmic gymnastics like anywhere near Newcastle, so that's sort of why I had to give it up, and I do regret it because it was amazing. But I started gymnastics when I was only 2 years old, so yeah, I was straight in there.
That's the same age I was when I started violin, and whenever I tell people that, they go, "Could you even walk when you were 2?" It's like, well, I don't know, but I started violin when I was 2.
Yeah.
Were you able, Eden, I don't know the name of the skill, but I used to watch a lot of gymnastics on TV. Were you ever able to do that one where you throw the ball up and then you do this like a windmill with your leg twice and then you catch the ball like behind you or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you do that? I mean, I play tennis. I have enough problems putting the ball where I want it to serve. And you guys throw the ball up and you do like 5,000 cartwheels and just catch the ball. And it's like, how?
Yeah. I know. I think it's just all about like discipline and like knowing where to throw it. And whenever you like obviously spin around, like it's sort of like, it's like a memory thing. It's like learning how to like ride a bike. You know, like where the ball's gonna land. So you need to.
But when you're learning, doesn't that ball ever like sometimes land on your head or your foot?
Oh
or
yeah.
something?
I don't know if you've seen. I actually have a really funny story because it was so obviously they have like the ball and the ribbon and the hoop, and then they've got the clubs which are like
the clubs.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
the
there,
clubs.
well, you
Two
don't
of
know
them.
what the clubs are. There's 2 of them, yeah.
No, I know, but how do you do 2 of them? One is bad enough, and now you're doing 2. Anyway, continue.
Well, they're really, really heavy, but they're like one side's heavy and one side's just like a little ball, and then the other's like so when you throw them, that's what makes them like spin around.
Spin. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you throw them, like if you bend your wrist even like in the slightest bit, they're like it'll spin like really, really fast, sort of thing. So you have to like really control the throwing of it. And I was so obviously the rhythmic gymnastics floor is like pure white, and I was like training through this club up in the air, was doing my little roly-poly, and I like came out of the last one and I looked up and obviously like thingied my wrist, so it came down way faster than expected, and it just whacked me in the head, and I split my head open, and I had to get stitches in my head. And like I didn't know it, and I was like, ow, and then I stood up, took my hand away, and the blood just went all over the white carpet, and I was like, oh no. And we had guests that day as well training with us, and I was like, oh, it's not a very good example, is it? So yeah, well, there is injuries.
You made that.
And did it ever
Canadian,
put you off
using
the club
white
again?
and red?
No, didn't. No, I don't know why, but yeah, I'm really bad with pain as well. Like I don't know. Like I know I'm studying forensic science and I have to like see dead bodies and stuff like that. But like if somebody has like a cut or if I have a cut, like it just freaks me out. I'm like, oh no. So I don't know. It's weird.
Dead bodies part. I just imagined you killing us the other night in that game.
Yeah.
Have you had to work with cadavers? Yeah.
No, not real ones. A fake one, yeah.
Oh, a fake one. Yeah, that's just like a mannequin. But
so not a real one.
Remind me what are you studying again? What's the name of the degree?
I'm studying criminology and forensic science.
So does that mean you go on to be like an investigator? You work with the police or
scientists? So I can. Well, there's a few like different routes that I can go down. But I was sort of leaning more towards like joining the police and then working my way up to be like a detective and stuff. But obviously, because I have my course, I'll be able to like hopefully it'll help me like get there quicker. But yeah, no, it is interesting. I had for my exam last year, they like made a house, and it was like a fake crime scene, and we got to like go around this fake crime scene, and we had to find like the weapons and stuff, and like the blood that was under the bed, and like then we had to like examine the blood, find the fingerprints, and then say who the killer was. It's really interesting, like really interesting.
That's cool. I want to do that. They should set that up as like a thing for like the public to
I know,
go
like that.
It
was like the one thing that I was like looking forward to the most. I was like, yes.
They have this.
It's
like CSI.
Wow.
Yeah. I love that. We had like they brought a pig in once, and they were like, okay, so we're going to look at like blood pattern of like someone being battered to death with like a baseball bat. And like they were like, okay, so we need like a volunteer who's going to like beat this like dead
beat the pig,
bloody, like
beat
pig
the
up.
corpse. Please tell me, Eden, you've watched Dexter. You must have watched Dexter.
No, I actually haven't watched Dexter.
Dexter in that show is a blood spatter analyst, and a lot of the times what he does is go into scenes and he analyzes the blood spatter patterns. And it's exactly what you said. I didn't realize that was a real thing, but you're describing exactly what Dexter does.
Yeah, well, it was actually quite interesting because whenever we did it, like we got put into this pure white room. We were dressed head to toe in all this white gear, and like you had to beat this pig like pretty hard, and like you thought the blood was going everywhere, and it came out and there was only like little splatters of blood on one wall. There was absolutely nothing on me, like nowhere near me, no blood found on me at all. And it was just so surprising because you always see the TV shows and the movies, and the blood's like everywhere, and especially over the person that's doing the attack, like they get covered, and it's just not like that. So.
Have you seen The Staircase?
No.
Oh, it's on Netflix. It's so good. And they talk about blood spatter in that a lot as well.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, The
So
Staircase
just get
is a really
Chloe
good
back.
one.
Eden, to be honest, if I'd known you knew so much about this, I mean, this explains a lot about why you were so good at Among Us. Because, I mean, this is not fair. I
Did
think
I
you should have
drop out?
disclosed this before you played. You did for a while, Chloe, but you're back now. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Everything just disappeared there.
Okay, we'll just give you
Oh,
a...
no.
Yep, I think you're back now. You're good. You're good. I think your internet will settle in a while. It's a lot better behaved this week than it was last week. So that's it. Eden batters pigs for uni. No wonder she loves uni so much. I wish I could do that.
What if someone's like veggie, or like or
You
vegan or
batter a
something?
tomato.
Yeah.
You
You,
batter
yeah,
a
you
tomato.
I think that.
because
Tomatoes.
I couldn't do that. Like I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I'd be crying my eyes out.
Yeah. I think that honestly I can't remember, but they probably like gave you the option if you didn't want to see it, like you could sit out.
yeah.
Do you know, like but I just can't remember. I was too excited.
No, it's
This is the
interesting.
sort of scene I was talking about, Eden.
I find it fascinating, but I couldn't do it myself. I could maybe watch other people do it, but I'd probably be a little bit upset afterwards. But if it's for educational purposes, then yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So hang on. Did you say a baseball bat?
A baseball bat, yeah.
So someone had to take the baseball bat and start beating up the pig corpse.
Yeah.
Was
Well,
that you?
they like obviously they didn't put like an actual pig in front of us. Like they made sure that it didn't have like, this sounds
A head.
awful, but yeah, it didn't have head or like legs. But they told us it was
Oh, okay.
pig. So like it was almost like a pig's belly just, and then they put like extra blood on top of it.
Oh.
But
Oh, okay, I get you.
Mm.
I was going to say, because if it was already dead for a while, like not a lot of blood would come out because obviously rigor mortis would have been set.
yeah,
in.
no, they had to put like extra packets of blood. I don't know where they
because
got the
when you-
blood from, but
When you slaughter it, it would be bled as well. Like that's one of the things they
Yeah.
gut it, and because if the blood's in it, it spoils. So yeah, they would have to have put extra blood in it. Otherwise, you wouldn't get blood spatter. You'd just be beating up basically a piece of steak, which is not very interesting.
Tenderizing it.
Well, you would, and afterwards, you can have a bacon and egg sandwich, which I'd be
Ian,
all right with.
Did you watch the Making a Murderer?
yes, it's so good. I love that. So good.
I'm slightly worried about you,
I
Eden.
think I'm
Now,
going again.
not gonna lie. You might be. Just gotta watch myself.
She's a
around,
babyface
Eden.
assassin.
Yeah. One of those people. It's like it couldn't possibly be Eden. Nah, she's too nice. She's too innocent. And then bang, beating up on a pig. All right. What do we got? Elizabeth has had issues with people at Corona, been screamed at and spat at on my way to work. Jeez,
What?
sorry to hear that, Elizabeth.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Screamed and spat out. That's illegal.
yeah.
That's
Well,
assault.
yeah. Eden, you would love Dexter.
I think I'm gonna have
It's
to
my
watch it now.
favourite. Imogen, I'm slightly worried about you as well. 'Cause yeah, always got to be worried about when you're mentioning like blood spatter and someone goes, "I would love that." Be like, okay. Elizabeth has also said it's like watching a fake autopsy for college. I found it very intriguing.
Yeah, there used to be a program on where they used to do autopsies on giant animals, and I used to find that fascinating. There was like a
You wanna be
series
vet,
of them.
though, right?
Yeah,
still wanna
that's
be a vet?
probably why. Yeah, I'm
Wanted
going to
be
do it one
Dr.
day.
Latimer.
I'm going to be Dr. Latimer one day. I reckon I'll probably become a qualified vet when I'm like 60 and I'm ready to retire. I might just like join a practice for 6 months and then retire.
Okay, so guys, I'm Australian. We like to bet on everything. So you can now place your bets on whether Danielle will become a vet first or whether she will put up that damn photo first. Place your bets. I put my money on Doctor first, actually.
Yeah.
I put my money on that. That thing's just now not going to go up to spite me.
Well,
it's
you
never
know
going to
what,
go up just because I keep
Adrian?
talking about it.
My plan was to do it last week, but then obviously I wasn't feeling great and I was just like becoming a little baked potato. And I did actually put in my diary to put it up on the wall So you might be surprised next week.
No, I won't. Moving on. Imogen has said, "Oh, why? Ha ha ha! Don't be worried about me." It's just because you. I'll explain later, Imogen. Anyone who gets excited about forensics and this is a really weird thing. I don't know if Eden knows this. I ask in my interviews, what occupation other than your own would you most like to attempt? Bizarrely, the most common answer by far and away is exactly what you're studying. It's some kind of forensics or wanting to work with blood spatter, like crime scene. And then they start talking about how much they love watching CSI, or they loved watching the Ted Bundy files, or whatever that's called, like the documentaries about serial killers. And I do get slightly worried.
Yeah.
I don't know why pageant girls are so fascinated with serial killers, murders, blood, and crime. Like, that's why I'm worried.
Yeah.
So
I love it too.
It must be quite a competitive industry because I feel like a lot of people are interested in it.
Yeah, there's not actually a lot of people on my course. I thought there was going to be a lot, but I think there's 20, 25 maybe of us. And compared to like other courses, like in the university, like there's a lot of students. There's not a lot in our course, which is surprising because I know a lot of people like do say they are interested in it, but
yeah. Well, I guess it's one thing to say you're interested in it, and then another thing to actually study it.
Yeah.
Watching the TV show is a lot easier. Kiara. Now I'm going to say Mikan.
I can't hear Adrian now. Oh no, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Sorry to disappoint you. It's like, oh, I can hear him. Damn. Sorry, my computer froze and then my microphone disconnected. Kiara said Dexter is so good. I'll be having an interview with Kiara as well soon. I think end of late February. Imogen has said she will be a vet first. We'll wrap this up now. Ask Danny how excited I got about my clothes order. I did tell you last night that fashion excites me. Haha. Did she get that high-pitched squeaky voice?
Yep. She squealed. She sent me a voice note squealing and screaming that she liked her order when it came. And I was like, I know that you said on your interview that you like, receiving new clothes, but Jesus, do you enjoy getting new clothes? She went crazy. She's like, yes! Oh my God, these are going to look amazing. I'm like, okay, Imogen, turn it down a little. But no, yeah, I was like, what is your life going to be like when you're a stylist and you're doing this full time? You're going to scream like that every single time you get a new t-shirt in the post.
But isn't that, you kind of want people like that, don't you? Because there's so many people who don't
fun.
Get excited because they think it's uncool. So it's really nice to see someone when they just see something and they just get so excited they start squealing. I do love that.
Imi, do you want to tell Adrian about the inspiration behind your look today? She sent me a picture of her look that she shot today, and I sent her a photo back of what it reminded me of.
Oh God, I'm scared to get into that. Imogen sent me a voice note the other day, and I swear it's like a 30-second voice note, and the first 15 seconds of it were her giggling. Like she couldn't talk. It was so funny. I'm just listening to this and I'm just hearing laughing on the other side. Imogen said, I love a good serial killer documentary. That's what I said. Super interesting to watch. And Elizabeth is voting yes on that. So y'all love killers. That's disturbing. Imogen has just said, ha ha ha. I'll have to I'll have to tell you actor. After. That too. Spelling. Okay, well, let's wrap that up there because Eden has an exam tomorrow. What's the exam tomorrow, Eden?
It's the forensic science part, actually. So, like the probability of this one's like focused on like the probability of the suspect actually being the murderer and stuff. So.
Ooh, exciting!
I'm a bit nervous, but like, it's so weird because obviously it's meant to be like in uni, like without books and stuff. But it's just so different now. I don't know how it's going to work, so it'll be interesting to see.
Is it an open book exam?
No, it's closed. They're trusting us here.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh my God, jeez. Really?
But
They're trusting you to do a closed book exam at home.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Guys, just no. I feel sorry for the one poor person who actually does it properly.
I know. I thought they would have like made us sign it into like because also we've been on Zoom calls, so I thought we would have
Yeah.
been on a Zoom call and they could like see us
Watch is all
doing
on the
it, but
Zoom
it's like,
call.
yeah,
No,
it's
but
just
that's so easy. That's
No,
so easy to
it's
get around
yeah.
because you can play a video that on endless loop, you know, like they do in spy movies, and literally you just put your photo there or a video, and you can't tell when there's people on the Zoom call, and you
Yeah.
just look. You do a video
Yeah.
of you writing or typing.
Or you could just
And
like
you'll look
have a
like-
split screen. You could have it look like you're looking at the screen to look at everybody
But you
else,
got
but
your
you're
notes up
actually
there.
looking at your notes.
Or you could just have
Exactly.
your notes in front of you, out of eye
Exactly.
shot, and you can just.
Well, have it right on the table in front of you, or have it on your computer
Not
screen. I mean,
advocating
you
for
just-
cheating, guys. Come on, no more.
I know,
no
like
more,
you guys
no
are just
more.
giving me all these suggestions of how to cheat.
Honestly, like if it's a
Corruption.
computer-based exam and they were checking on me via Zoom, I don't need to look at you on Zoom, so I'd have all my notes open on the computer. You're still seeing me. You don't know what I'm looking at. So anyway, don't do that.
Don't
That's
do
No,
that.
I won't.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Even though it'd be so easy to do it and you get better marks, don't do that. No.
I know. I think
Honesty is the
I
best
think
policy.
they'd be like they'd know if somebody was using their books though because like do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Don't make
if it was
don't make
word
it
for word.
obvious. You know, get some wrong
Yeah,
as well,
but
just in the mix.
Just get one wrong.
I'll get my name wrong, but I'll get all the answers right. I'm sure Eden is too honest for that. So, okay. Anyone got anything exciting coming up in the next week apart from Eden's exam? Anything?
I've got a load of clients this week, which is exciting. And I don't know how, but I'm getting a bit of a name for myself in the US. I've been taking on lots of clients in America recently, so I don't know what's happening over there, but
Yay.
they like what I'm doing, so yeah, very exciting.
I think I know exactly what's happening. It's because the US, they're super pro with their pageantry, and they're willing to spend the money on it to get it done properly.
Yeah.
So that doesn't surprise me at all. So that's great news. Chloe, Eden, anything exciting coming up?
Not
The
that I know
sound
of
of
this week, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm just
Chloe's going to get a
Okay, well.
diagnosis.
Poor Chloe.
yeah, I want to know what the heck's wrong with me. But
Okay. Well,
is my
Danielle,
internet dropping
good
off
luck with
again?
your
No, you're good, Chloe.
slightly. You're a little bit delayed, but you're all good. Danielle, good luck with your clients. Eden, great
Thank
luck
you.
with your exam.
Exam.
And Chloe, get better soon. I'll keep you guys on the line for a sec whilst I hang up. Thanks everyone for watching, whether you're live or on the replay. Imogen, I need an explanation now. And we will see you guys all next time.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, Confessions is out. To get your copy from Amazon, head to shaw.b/confessionsbook. And I'll see you next time.